Hey. That's right, y'all. Once again, my friend. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy KWhit. We are in the building. We are in the Black Room once again for another episode, man, of Rec Room Sports, brought to you by several brothers who got their stuff together, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. We got the home team in the building, man. I can't believe it. We've assembled like Voltron one more time. Y'all remember Voltron? We got the home team in the building. We got my man Mac Mills, aka Joey Papers.
What's going on?
All right, he's in the building. We got my man Jay on the mic. Jay Sheen, what's happening, man?
Yo.
All right, we got my boy T Sweat, also known as T Sweat, better known as T Sweat, but you can call him T Sweat on the technicals.
T Sweat.
All right, and we got your mama's #1 draft pick, your boy KWhit, right here in the building, man. I'm liking this, guys. I'm liking it right now. We're actually in the room like we were the first time. I hope if you did not get a chance to check us out for the draft preview party that you are listening. So do us a favor, man. Like, share, subscribe, rock with us. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're gonna get into a plethora.
And if you don't know what it is, it's at the top right there.
It's at the top right there.
Rec
you know
Room.
what I'm saying? We're gonna get into a plethora of topics, sports and the world beyond. But I think we got it together, guys. What you say? Let's might as well hit the ground running, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first of all, let me tell everybody once again to like, share, subscribe to Rec Room Sports and Entertainment. Big shouts out to one of our executive producers, Big Lou. Big Lou, what it do? We're gonna talk about a couple things, especially last week, one of the most important weekends in a football lover's mind, the draft. Yeah. So 3 straight hours of foolery.
Yeah, we had some fun though.
We had some fun out here, man.
A good time.
Okay, so last week's draft, we had the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much the consensus for everybody, as we all watched and observed several, draft experts, knowledgeable commentary. We got 3 teams that stood out in the draft for sure. 3 teams. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, okay, the New York Jets, and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, another highlight of the draft was that if you add the professionals and the college players together, right, there were 3 things that happened, right? The Devontae Adams trade. Let's say A.J. Brown going to Philly and Hollywood Brown being shipped off to Arizona, right? On top of the 6 wide receivers selected. That is 8 wide receivers in total.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a quarter of the draft. Was all wide receivers. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. So, for the most part, and then the breaking news today was what, Jay? What was the breaking news today?
I told you, man. I told you it was the Cardinals, man.
Yeah.
I told you I had an issue with the Cardinals, man, and what that
Shout out to Hollywood.
It ain't look right to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I won't depend on that. And as far as that as a replacement, or potentially a 1-2 punch. I don't know.
And if y'all don't know, DeAndre Hopkins is suspended, so we're kind of speculating, thinking that that Hollywood move they did in the draft was something that they already knew was gonna happen, so they had to fill that void in.
It was something that we are all in the consensus of saying was orchestrated by the front office because they knew that they were going to test DeAndre Hopkins and he was going to fail the test for PEDs. And for those who don't know, PED stands for performance enhancing drugs. So the whole point is DeAndre Hopkins has been recovering from injury since prior to the postseason and was expected to make pretty much a historic comeback with his quarterback this year. But unfortunately, when you get caught for performance enhancing drugs, he's suspended for 6 games. And I think Joe made mention of this earlier that they probably knew. Games. Yeah, they probably knew that's why they got the trade on the board.
Front office probably had a whiff of it. In my opinion, I think they still gonna be all right. They still got Zach Ertz at tight end. They drafted Rondale Moore last year, traded for Hollywood Brown.
Dope.
James Conner had like a record-breaking year last year with all them touchdowns. Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray. So I think they could survive the 6 games in a tough division without DeAndre Hopkins where he come back, join the crew, get things back together. I really like their offense. Got to see how they do on defense. They in a tough division, but I
shout out to the Rams, man, the champs.
Yeah, we doing our things. Hey, but I think Cardinals will be all right. I think they'll be all right.
For sure.
They're gonna look like a pack of wild dogs out there against the Cardinals, man. I'm telling you, like the drop, like as far as the line, he was out there running for his life. Kyle was out there just
him to gain another yard.
there was just how that's little. So basically, that's how it could feel. That's how it possibly could feel. You can't really say you could depend on James Conner's actually gonna repeat what he did last year or better.
Right.
That's a big question mark. You know,
He
I like
crazy.
his chances, but
Fantasy dreams.
yeah.
And
All
as
in
a-
that fantasy last year.
and as a Steelers fan, I'm happy for him because he is a cancer survivor. James Conner has a heck of a background and a heck of a story, but I wish he did it. I wish he ran like that for us.
Yeah, he is. Bro.
He did it for a little bit. He just kept getting hurt with y'all.
Yeah,
man.
he did.
Last
He
year,
did. He did.
He kind of stayed healthy the majority of the season.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that was big.
That was the game changer for him.
So, as we, take an introspective look at what was done and what wasn't done, what stands out to you guys for the most part as, maybe good or bad for your selective teams that in the draft? Joe?
All right, for my team, the LA Rams, shout out to the LA Rams, defending champions. We about to go back to back on that thing. But we didn't have a first or second round pick. Our GM do like F them picks. We trade picks and we go get players that's gonna make a difference. So we didn't have a first or second round pick. This is the 6th year in a row actually we have not picked the first in the first round. 3rd round we took Logan Bruss out of Wisconsin, stellar guard. 4th round we went and got that boy, the Kobe Durant. Shout out to Kobe Durant from South Carolina State.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We went and got him in the 4th round.
More money, more money.
And we gonna pair him with Jalen Ramsey. He probably play that slide. We gonna pair him with Jalen Ramsey. We traded for Troy Hill, so we getting our secondary together, and we doing some good things, man. We just added some pieces that we needed, couldn't sign back. We didn't have enough money, so we just drafted some pieces we needed, really O-line and cornerbacks.
Right.
Word.
So Jay, as a Commanders fan, shout out to the Commanders.
The Commanders.
As a Commanders fan,
Say it with some. Say it with my chest, man. Say it with my chest now. Did you see that?
You been a fan?
You see that?
You been a fan for 2 months, man.
Everybody's been a fan.
everybody's
for 2
been a
months.
fan for 2 months. So Jay, what would you say about how the draft stock looks for the Commanders this past weekend?
I mean, as far as the Commanders, I like what they did. I don't know if I talked to y'all individually while I was saying like I like the move as far as the running back from Alabama because Gibson I feel was put there. I don't know if you ever. I keep saying I'm gonna show Trevor the highlights. When I saw his highlights when he got drafted,
Yeah.
they just show him in open space. They didn't show one running play. He was out there as a receiver. He was out there running the Wildcat. He was running. So I feel like he was put out there to do some gimmick plays, look cute basically. We just needed that running back that was actually gonna fill that void as the every down back.
I like that idea.
And I'm looking at that. I'm looking at him spreading out wide, things like that. But I mean, overall, we got another DT from Alabama.
Hey,
So I'm liking what we got. And the safety help, we got safeties, we doing real good.
I like that idea. I like that. And Sweat, of course, you being the perennial first number one pick.
Hey, we used to that spot, man.
Yeah. Tell me how you feel about the number one pick in the draft, and then not even that. You can actually talk about 2 years in a row. You got my man Trevor Lawrence from Clemson
for sure,
and then this year, the first round, the first pick in the draft. High aspirations. Like, how do you feel about your team, the Jacksonville Jaguars? Shout out to Duval. Yeah. Tell us about the
I feel
Jacksonville.
pretty good. I definitely feel good about the first pick. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna give us. I'm assuming if they coach right, we're gonna have a left-right thing going on with the DNs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That should be a big impact on our defense.
And go to the
we
club.
definitely drafted defense. So I think Trevor Lawrence gonna have a breakthrough season. Because Doug Peterson, I heard he was a quarterback coach.
He's a quarterback whisperer, as they say.
For sure. So and then he won the Super Bowl, so he been there, done that. So that's always a good thing for a team that hasn't been there yet. we was supposed to be there, but we ain't gonna talk about that picture game. But other than that, just excited to see what's going on in training camp and all that, and then go from there because I don't want to jump the gun too fast. Right. I tried that before and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Plenty of years.
What year was that game against the Patriots, man?
I want to say
that had to be.
It was 18, 17.
That had to be
like
17.
18. Yeah, man. It's over. Bro.
They can't give it up.
It's over.
They never gonna give it up.
It was rigged, man.
It's over, man.
And Trevor, I feel for you because as a Steeler fan, I've seen a game or two that I knew was not going to go in my favor, and I had to make an excuse about something.
Facts.
Now that was, but the Jacksonville, that particular game, Jacksonville was really
putting it to him.
Playing good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Like we knocked Gronk out. Like,
the defense that game.
Shout out to church, man. Wherever you at, man.
wherever
Wherever you
church
come
is
back,
at.
man.
That was the elite defense. You know what I'm saying? Like at Jacksonville Jaguars when y'all had that defense
Nothing
going,
but like
man.
first
Calais,
round
Campbell,
picks.
Jalen, Ramsey.
Right.
Miles
Saxonville.
Jack, man, y'all had everything going. Miles
Right.
Jack is actually the last person. on
Yeah,
the defense
man.
that
Shout
lead.
out to
So
Miles
the whole
Jack.
defense
Miles
going
Jack.
down.
I ain't even mad at you,
Signing
Miles
back in
Jack.
for
We got
Pittsburgh
Miles
right
Jack.
now.
Yeah, we got
For
Miles
sure.
Jack.
That's the last guy for y'all defense that was on there.
Matter of fact, he went to your team.
Yeah, that's right. We got Miles Jack.
Still
in
Kirk.
Pittsburgh. That's right, man. We trying to do it. And for me, I would like to say that I'm not going to be biased and just say I like my team's draft picks. I don't.
Right.
But I am going to be proud of Kenny Pickett whenever he shows up to the OTAs and everything. And he puts it all out there on the line with his small hands and two gloves. I'm going to salute that.
I don't know about the baby hands.
I don't know. I mean, hey, look, as a man whose body grew fast, I remember trying to palm a basketball half my life. And when I finally got a chance to do it, I was like, it's on. So I can only imagine, Kenny Pickett, he's still young. Maybe his hands will grow. If y'all know the story of Kawhi Leonard in the middle school, he did that thing where you stretch your fingers. Y'all never heard that, so he might could get it that way.
Oh, so that's how his hands got big.
Oh yeah, he was doing that. He was doing that for years. But moving forward, like we were talking about, one of the teams that were highlighted the most in the draft, just so happened to be the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey man, hold up, whoa, stop, bro. All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't even do that, bro. Like,
What's
man,
up, man?
I'm watching the TV, man, and all of a sudden, man, I'm looking. I'm like, yo, man, we got our pick, man. Yo, man, I'm liking this pick, man. Let's keep it moving. The Philadelphia Eagles they made a trade.
Yep,
trade for AJ Brown.
Cannon to the right. Damn.
Man, I was hurt, man. And I'm you know what?
Big move.
If anybody, I'm cool with that a little bit because he got to stay on the field.
that's true.
You never know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I want him to be hurt, but he got to stay on the field. If that's what they want to spend their money on, we'll see. Mm-hmm. But definitely, man, the moves that they made in that one day, man, with the picks and everything, like they can actually contend for the division. Dallas in trouble.
That's my pick to win the division. Actually,
The
Philadelphia
Eagles?
Eagles. I think they're gonna win that division for
Wow.
sure this
Okay,
year.
so you believe Jalen Hurts?
That's
I believe he's gonna take that next step.
great
Got
question.
AJ Brown. Yes, he does have injury. He's injury prone. Yes, he does have injury problems, but he a legit real number one. And then you get to move Devontae Smith to the
Devontae
number
for
2.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? He had 64 receptions for 916 yards and 5 touchdowns last year. Now that's your number 2 guy. And then you still got Dallas Goedert at the tight end position.
Dallas Goedert.
And we all know Philadelphia Eagles like to run the ball anyway. They don't really like to pass. They was a run-heavy team last year.
Right.
They
What
finished
was
in the top 3 in
Right.
rushing
Sanders?
yards. So they had a running back by committee, but Miles Sanders is the
Miles
overall
Sanders is
number
the
1 running back.
overall number one.
But they got a running back by committee because a lot of people got hurt. So they had Kenneth Galloway. Then they had Jordan Howard, and they had Scott come in and do some good things. So
Now,
I really like what Philly doing. They beefed up that defense.
Right.
So I think they're my favorite. I think they can win at least 10 games this year.
Wow.
Now the idea is, Jay and I were talking about this earlier. We in the car. I got my McDonald's. I'm excited. You know how you get your drink from McDonald's. You do your dance before you sip it. I ain't had no straw. So I was thinking to myself, because I was watching it earlier on ESPN. Shout out to Mina Kimes. Mina Kimes, I love you. You know what I'm saying? The idea is today it was posed that with Jalen Hurts,
Right.
Somebody bought the groceries finally. The cupboard is full. Is Jalen Hurts going to cook or no?
Or you gonna get kicked out of the kitchen?
There you go. How do you feel about it?
He's gonna be cheffing it up.
How you feel about that, Joe?
Gonna be cheffing it up. I think Jalen Hurts gonna take that next step. I'm telling you. I think it's no excuses. For instance, if they do fail, it's no excuses. He got everything he needs to succeed.
Yeah,
Offensive line right there. They went and got the defense straight with the third, what they picked, Jordan Davis out of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And then when they got the linebacker out of Georgia on third round pick,
and the third round steal of the freaking century, Kobe Dean. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So they done beef that defense up. It's no weaknesses on it to me. So I think they'll be all right. And then everybody else in the division seemed to me kind of got worse. The Giants is the Giants. Dallas ain't want to spend no money like that, and they had a subpar draft. You know, they got the O-line together, but I don't really like the weapons and stuff that they surrounded. They could have added some better weapons to help Dak out. So you know what I'm saying. And then the Commanders, I got to see what Carson Wentz give me.
The Commanders,
for sure. I got to see what
chest, man. My chest.
I do like the Commanders defense, but I got to just see. I don't believe in Carson Wentz.
You're gonna take command.
I wish you had
more time.
I did go get Sam Howell in that 5th round though from UNC. Y'all went and got Sam Howell, so we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Carson Wentz tend to get hurt, so y'all got something in the back. I got Heineke and Sam Howell.
This is an interesting year, I think, for both teams, like the Eagles and the Commanders, because of what we just were discussing.
I'm going to the Philly game.
And I'm about to say it. I know Jay's going to hit a game. We're going to have, don't worry, you guys, we're going to have coverage from Jay Sheen's phone of all the pictures.
Rec Room.
Yeah, at Rec Room on the Rec Room site. Don't forget, follow, subscribe, and like Rec Room Sports. We also will have Rec Room Entertainment. Shout out to Big Lou, the executive producer. We will get into that soon. Hey. You know what?
I was gonna piggyback on the Jalen Hurts thing and AJ Brown. Now that I think about it, when y'all was talking about it, you know, the Titans, they had a run. Yeah, for sure. They had a run offense. So, you know, like you said, the Eagles have a run offense also, and it's like a run play option. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely is probably gonna work.
That play action gonna be dangerous.
Yeah,
exactly. That play action.
Yeah, because Jalen Hurts got wheels.
And then, you know what I'm saying, you start putting 7, 8 in the box. And AJ Brown and Devontae Smith
and
taking the top off the defense.
They still got Devontae.
We're going over the top, man. We're going over the top.
They got a double one on.
Yeah, something's gonna have to happen.
We ready.
I mean, the idea is
ready to take command.
Yeah. The idea is, you know, going forward, there are going to be a lot of changes in the NFC East. It's not just going to be about the Cowboys. We're going to have several teams pop up and be a surprise, I think, this coming season. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders come out above 500, man.
I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that. Now, at this point, I'm not worried because I like the picks. They made a lot of sense. We had the foundation. All we got to do is build out on the perimeter as far as, you know, defensive backfield.
Right.
We were good.
Right.
We got 2 safeties. I think both of them over 6'1".
Yeah,
you know
y'all got some big boys.
We got the hardest hitter.
Right.
The one that claims to be the hardest hitter in the draft. And you know the last time that was said.
Sean Taylor. So RP to Sean Taylor.
I roll with it.
And then y'all got that Ohio State stud Chase Young coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah, Chase dope.
Kill some quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big move. Y'all defense legit now. It's just what y'all gonna do on that offensive side of the ball.
Exactly.
Y'all hear that though?
What happened? What's oh man. Sweat,
what in the world?
Joe, what is that?
What?
Joe, you know what that is?
You gotta tell me, man.
Oh my God, Sweat, you know what's going on?
I don't know, man. You tell
Hey, it's time for the uphill battle. That's right. That's when we pick a team, either in any genre of sports, where we go through. Well, right now we know they're on the downside. They're gonna have to do some tough things coming up this season. So we're gonna talk about several teams going forward. I think we all got a couple in mind. Now, you know, last season, the bottom of the barrel seemed to be full.
I mean, you know, what
on my side, definitely.
Yeah. What are your teams you talking about though?
You know, we were talking about Philly, but we think they on a incline, right? So what about a team like the Houston Texans?
They got a lot of work to do. I'm looking at their division. You got the Indianapolis Colts. They finally got a quarterback I think could be decent. You know what I'm saying? They got the best O-line in NFL. Right. In my opinion, the Indianapolis Colts got the best offensive line in the NFL.
Possibly the best running back. Possibly.
Last year, statistically, you know what I'm saying? Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, yeah, Taylor, for sure.
Got to get some answers on the outside. Pittman, I don't believe he's number 1, but they're real good. The defense is led by Darius Leonard, and they got Stephon Gilmore. They signed. That's a big signing. So they locking stuff up on the outside. Then you got Tennessee Titans, who had the best record in the AFC. last year. So their division tough. I think Houston got a lot of work to do.
I was about
Davis
to make a
Mills.
noise
Did
for
they
them.
even do anything at the quarterback? They didn't address the quarterback. They believe in Davis Mills. He's a bum.
Davis Mills.
So you know what I'm saying? Who was their running back? They had Ingram running the ball last year. Like, so they got a lot of work to do. They'll be picking in the top 5 definitely again next year.
And to give them some credit now, let's look at some standouts from everybody say just shout out to Davis Mills. Okay, so my man Chad Bruder from NFL.com basically gave the Houston Texans a grade of B for their draft. Okay, so let's see what they got that was exciting. Okay, so somebody I know off gate right here. I'm looking at Jonathan Michie III from Alabama. That's a burner.
That's a good pick though.
That's a burner right there. Okay, we got Derek Stingley Jr., the DB from LSU. Now, if anybody knows about defensive backs at LSU, Derek Stingley was hurt last season, and then when he returned, I think his draft stock was so high that it looks on tape as if he was not playing, and because also LSU was a bit of a dumpster fire last year, that he slipped in the draft, and everybody said had he been playing and healthy and fully participating, he would have been the number 1 draft pick the number 1 pick or the first DB picked instead of Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati. And with that being said, also we got Dameon Pierce from Florida. I don't know if y'all saw him last season. Dameon Pierce is a rock on that field. Like, he really was. So, in terms of, being on the bottom, going on incline, like we say, about like teams like Indianapolis, they got some valuable pieces. Now, can Houston put it together?
I doubt it.
It's gonna take another.
They got Michie and Cooks on the outside, 2 burners.
Never works.
Might
out.
be get some you might get some garbage time fantasy points with them guys, but
It never works out.
they'll be playing from behind 80% of their games.
They're gonna be feeling that. They're gonna be feeling that Deshaun Watson trade for years to come. I think, in my opinion.
Definitely.
What other team can we talk? Well, I mean, Trevor, we're not gonna pick on you. We do know about.
Go ahead, man. I'm used to it, man. That's everyday life.
We do know about the Jacksonville
everyday life,
Jaguars.
man.
I mean,
Duval County.
I mean, but we mentioned, a new head coach, a quarterback with a winning pedigree.
Right.
I don't think he lost more than a literal handful of games at his time at Clemson. I think it was only 4 games, right?
Yeah, it was very
Very
slim.
few. I mean, the idea of y'all being on the bottom but being on the way up, I think it's very plausible for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, they got Travis Etienne coming back healthy.
Yeah.
He missed the whole season
I forgot all
last
about
year.
that.
Yeah.
Him and Trevor, they already have a rapport.
Yeah.
Played multiple years at Clemson together, so he coming back. James Robinson, I do like him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they went and signed Christian Kirk. They gave him a big deal. We're going to see if he can live up to it.
Yeah.
So they got some weapons. It's just that their division is tough.
Tough division.
In my opinion. I got to look at their schedule and see what's the NFC team division they play.
And I think
what's the AFC
Titans.
division.
I think
team.
that's a big determinant about them right now is what is their schedule going to look like? Because I think Jacksonville has one of the largest advantages when it comes to home field.
Yeah,
even as a bottom ranked team.
A lot of the away teams come for sure.
Right. And I think, when you get to Duval, man, you go out, you get that Jacksonville air in your hair. You might hit, you might hit that spot up. You might go a little further down, and I ain't gonna tell y'all where to go because you're on TV. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you go to Jacksonville, boy, you hit the north side, you might hit the west. Nah, it's a little,
definitely know where you're going when
but listen, but still, yeah, man, Trevor, man, I think that your team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, have an uphill battle.
Yeah, at least Urban Meyer going. At least Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, a hell of a
We got
college
that out
coach.
the way.
But he didn't know what he was doing in the NFL. He really ain't. He just was there for the check, to be real.
That was a bad idea anyway. A college
Doug
coach
Peterson.
Can I be one of the people that was wrong? Because I thought it was gonna work.
The only team that worked for is the Cardinals, man.
Yeah, Cliff.
Yeah.
Cliff know what he doing. He play calling. You know what I'm saying?
That's
He building that roster.
Y'all think so?
It worked for Pete Carroll.
Shoot.
It worked for Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, but
He
Pete
came
Carroll
in.
had
Carroll.
I would say
NFL
more.
experience.
It's some guys
Yeah,
that
sure.
work for you. You
Right,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
But it's gonna be real hard for you.
Well, I was more toward like the quarterback, a rookie quarterback,
gotcha.
and a rookie
And
coach.
rookie coach,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But that Pete Carroll is definitely successful.
Now, see, the thing is, Pete Carroll had been coaching the NFL team at USC the whole time. If y'all forgot,
Basically.
Oh yeah, they was drafting.
He
him
was
like crazy.
coaching the NFL team.
It was like
at
Alabama
USC.
back then. Yeah.
Yeah, and shout out to Vince Young for the best college football performance ever, because that's the only person that beat him.
Gotcha.
But we got a lot.
Yeah, Texas was
I like
raw
how
back
this
then.
is flowing, guys. You like how this is flowing?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot of football.
A lot of football.
I think we need to switch it up to
We're
basketball.
gonna do the thing, guys. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep it on the schedule. So let's go ahead and move forward, man. Big things this weekend. We had the beginning and the end of two things: the end of the first round of the playoffs and the beginning of the second round of the playoffs. Man, and I'm talking about the games were intense, lots and lots of competition. I think the bottom feeders of the playoffs are really out right now. And right now, this is where it gets hot. It gets hot. The teams that really mean something are trying to come together. The cohesive units are the only ones standing.
Yeah.
If your team wasn't together in the preseason, in the regular season, they are not here anymore. But the teams who are together, like Miami, like Philly, and then we can talk about Philly a little bit, because Philly got put together at the last minute with that James Harden trade, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. The Warriors, wow, what a resurgence!
They back.
What a resurgence!
Shout out to them light skinned
The Grizzlies. The Grizzlies.
I hate them, but I love them, man.
Shout out to John Morant and the Grizzlies for representing not only South Carolina but M-Town. I heard them in the locker room playing Body in the Trunk, running around with the body in the trunk. Y'all know about that. That's old school. Jay probably knows about that. And at the same time, I'm talking about like the Bucks, the Celtics, the Suns, and the Dallas Mavericks. Like, these are some intense games going on right now, guys. What y'all think?
That Golden State Memphis game was a classic.
It was, man.
I hope we get 7 of them things. You know what I'm saying? I hope we get 7 of
At
them
least.
things. Shout out to John Morant and Jaren Jackson. They actually were the second duo in NBA history to be 22 years old or younger to both drop 30-plus points in a playoff game.
Right.
That's crazy.
Only KD and Russell Westbrook did that before. Sky's the limit for those guys, but I will say they are in for a tough contest with Golden State, man.
And I want to throw this in the ring. And I'm just saying this because I'm not only a homer because John Morant is from South Carolina, but
shout out.
I don't think they knew that they was. I don't even think that they believed that they was going to be holding Golden State down like that. To say that they did, the score ended up being a 1-point John Morant missing on the lay-in.
They didn't hit him.
And he could tell he was tired. You could tell he was just a little tired.
Yeah.
But
And then Clay was on him. Clay Thompson got
Clay was on him. Yeah, Clay was on. He was a little tired, but he had done that same shot like 7 times, that same layup.
Yeah.
And that one time
it was a little bit too hard off the glass.
A little too hard off the glass.
But I love Memphis in defensive intensity. I really feel like they're not scared of nobody.
Nobody.
They embody the culture and the city of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? They just grind. They call it the grind house. They just grind it out. They play good defense. Bane is a baller. You know what I'm saying? He averaging like 22, 23 points this season.
That's a big boy.
He playing good. You know what I'm saying? They got Brooks. Clark is an X factor. Brandon Clark off that bench. He coming in doing big things. So I really think that they can actually win this series, but they lost home field advantage. They can't lose this next game. They must win this next game.
They gotta win.
And John Morant, he was like 1 assist short of a triple-double.
Right.
Like, that boy is just balling, man.
He
On
is
the
going
low,
out.
he is my favorite player in the league right now.
And he is going out. Jay, I think you was about to say something. Jay, what was on your mind?
I mean, basically, I'm agreeing with Joe. I'm pretty much with Joe. As far as I don't know. I'm not gonna be the hater here, man. I'm not gonna be the hater here. I'm just gonna keep it. I keep it. All I want to say is the Warriors basically didn't give their best punch.
No.
I think if they end up getting a second game, if they do get a second game, I'm saying like San Francisco is gonna be a house of horrors.
Yeah. If they win 2 in a row, that's the hardest to come back from.
And them refs, man.
And this speaking of
Draymond
refs,
Green shouldn't have got ejected. Come on. Now,
thank you, Joe, for leading us into that, because let's get the consensus idea of what a flagrant foul is, or what constitutes to a flagrant foul. Okay, so the idea of a flagrant foul in any way, shape, or form, first of all, has to be inspired by intent. Do I look angry while I'm swinging at your head while you're driving in the lane? Did you push me down the play before? So when I hit you with an elbow on the spin move in the post and you wince, did I mean to do that? Also, the wind up is something that they consider the wind up. Did you see me cock my hand back to come forward towards your nose, the bridge of your nose? Also, anything above the shoulders and neck area will constitute a flagrant 2. Now, if you watch the play, Draymond Green is being defensive Draymond. He's swiping for the ball, but in the sense of swiping for the ball, he hit the man square in the nose, just little bridge nose, and then he commenced to grab his jersey.
He tried to
stop
his force from the ground. He tried to
he helped it.
He knew he had large. He lurched him with the jersey.
Right.
But by that time, you already got your downward force. And Draymond, although Draymond Green is one of the smaller power forwards in the league, don't think that man is not strong. Y'all see how many gray beards he got? I mean, gray hairs he got in his beard. He's built on country force from Michigan, and I think that action in itself did not constitute for a flagrant foul, but due to his reputation,
yes,
they took him out of the game.
A reputation.
What do you think about that, Jim?
I mean,
Ejection.
definitely, he has a reputation. He does not have the benefit of a doubt. So when things like that happen, it's kind of chippy. After that, when was that? When he did the that little kick. LeBron.
Right. He called LeBron on the board.
Ever since the second time they played him.
Yeah, ever since.
And everybody used that as excuses. The reason why.
Oh, I forgot. Sweat. We can't talk about LeBron.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely beat the best team.
Oh my God.
With the best record ever in NBA history.
Y'all did that.
We talking about one game.
We said the magic word. We said LeBron. Trevor had to jump in. I'm sorry, everybody. Trevor's the large LeBron fan. We love Trevor. We do. But we know we cannot say LeBron without Trevor Sweat getting involved.
It's all good, though.
Hey, but Golden State, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out that roster, man. They so deep. You know what I'm saying? That roster is deep. So it's gonna be an uphill challenge for Memphis, but you got Poole, he playing like he a star.
Wow.
Man,
Gary Payton
Swish.
is
the
yamming on everybody. Clamping people up, you know what I'm saying?
Even his dad says, I ain't never seen him jump like that till he got here. His dad said that. He said, I never seen him jump like that till he got here.
Right.
Is that Clay looking like Clay again?
Right.
Yeah, he's shaking the cobwebs off. Like he getting the rust off, so he looking special, man. Steph back healthy, so that team is dangerous. It's gonna come down to coaching adjustments, man.
I'm in the belief that two of the best teams at developing talent right now in this era have to be the Miami Heat and the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, for sure.
Have to be, because the aspect of saying, who, how you go, man, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, by the second or third time when we watch these Miami Heat games, I don't discriminate about anybody. But, Tyler Hero was a thug in Kentucky, okay? And he was telling people, I'm a walking bucket before he got to the league.
Right.
So let's develop him into a NBA player now. Yeah. You can keep your swag. It's Pat Riley. Pat Riley, one of the swaggiest head front office guys.
Yeah, shout out to Spo too.
Ex-head coaches, and then of course, I don't care what you're doing. You got Coach Spoelstra watching the videos. That is important, and Coach Spoelstra is defensive minded. So not only are you playing offense, but you're playing defense. Mm-hmm. So Tyler Hero, is an example, and then another example would be, Joe was right, Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
for sure.
They definitely. It's been a lot of nights, during the course of the season that you had, basically Jordan pulling the weight, and then you hear Jordan Poole, like 31.
Yeah, Jordan Poole had. Yeah,
I was surprised. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and Steph backing up with 24, and it's like it's good to see. When Steph actually gets healthy to the point he can go hard every night and not favor anything. I think, man, that's some good time management for the whole team.
Right, because who are you going to guard on this screen and roll, especially when I say this because I watch these games. Draymond Green is one of the cleanest passing big men ever. We got and I like that. You know, and I like that. Draymond Green hit them bounce passes when they cutting, and they are on point. We talked about the West a lot, you guys. How about we run to the East real quick and cover that real fast? You know, the Boston Celtics.
Talk about your Celtics real quick.
Yeah. I gotta talk about them a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm hurt. I was telling Jay in the car while I was eating my fries. You know, you got your McDonald's in the car. You eat your fries. You do your little dance. Got my McDonald's, and I was like, let me tell you about the Celtics. And I was like, I was literally about to cut the game off because I was so disappointed. The top 3 Boston scorers, being Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, went 13 for 42. That will never happen again.
Ooh.
I don't ever see that reoccurring. I'm talking about 30-piece Jason Tatum.
I'm saying
30-piece Jaylen Brown gonna go for, and Marcus Smart gonna go for 13 for 42.
I've been peeping Milwaukee game plan. They locking that paint down. Lopez and Giannis is like, y'all ain't getting none on the inside. They forcing y'all to shoot them threes, and y'all threes wasn't dropping.
They wasn't dropping that
Y'all
game.
gotta hit those jumpers, them long jumpers. Y'all gotta hit them threes, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be the deciding factor, I think, of the series.
For sure.
Another thing is like, this ain't KD. KD Boney. Shout out to KD. He's still a sniper, still a top 10 player in the league, but he's skinny. And you could push him around. Giannis pushing y'all boys around. You know what I'm saying? I seen Giannis pushing Tatum around like he ain't got no weight on him. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you on that.
We gonna
That
see,
is
man.
the difference for sure.
My if I had to, my pick is Bucks in 6. I think the Bucks gonna win that series in 6.
I thought we was boys, Joe.
Y'all boys, but you know, I'm a Lakers fan, you a Celtics fan. You know it's a rivalry. I don't want to see y'all do too much. We ain't even in the playoffs. So I don't want to see y'all do too much. But y'all got a great team. I think the only thing with y'all, I love Marcus Smart.
Right.
I love Marcus Smart. He's feisty on defense.
Yeah,
I love
he does.
dogs. You know what I'm saying? I love dogs, but he a combo guard. I really want to see him move to the 2. I wish I just had somebody at that 1 who was also another scorer.
We thought we had somebody, but twice.
Yeah.
Two years in a
man, Kyrie.
2 years in a
Don't get
row.
nobody who
That's a
ain't
tough
start with K
position
with y'all.
right
You know what I'm saying? But y'all get that solved. Y'all'll be all right. I love y'all, coach. But
Yeah. Shout out to Ime Udoka from under the Coach Popovich coaching tree.
For sure.
Also, I think he got 2 of those rings. You think so, Jay? I know he was on that Tim Duncan team. At least one of them. I know Ime Udoka. You ever see
Shout
that?
out to Greg
You look at that roster on 2K. You be like, yo, who is this guy? Ime Udoka was on there one time.
Okay.
Pop about to call it quits too in a little.
Yeah, I feel like it. Didn't
The boys that made the playoffs in
He's
3 years.
Yeah, he's
he
sick of
probably
it.
tired of this,
Pops is sick of it right now.
Speaking of the West, what's the other teams?
Right
Dallas
now,
and Phoenix.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
now another
Gonna
huge,
tip off in a little while.
huge matchup that I think a lot of people are underestimating how far it will go and how much it's going to lead into really the future of the league right now. We're talking Chris Paul, the point guard, okay, facing Luka Doncic. You know, the dream from overseas, the European savior.
European Brian.
Do Luka got a nickname yet?
European
Ain't nobody
Brian.
nicknamed Luka yet.
What,
what is it?
Did anybody catch that video of that guy in the Bronx hitting the hookah on the thing? They was calling him Hookah Doncic.
Ooh,
Did y'all see that? It was kind of dope. Go look it up, you guys. Hookah Doncic. It's pretty dope. He hits the hookah and then goes and dunks and scores like 40 something.
Follow
points.
everything.
Yeah, follow everything.
up
Like,
there.
share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Rec Room on there right now. But yeah, man, I think that's gonna be a really dope matchup. To be honest. We got my man Devin Booker coming back from injury.
Yeah, they lethal.
You know, we
Boy,
also
be shooting.
DeAndre
Ayton is coming into his own as a top five
solid.
center in the
He's
league.
solid.
Top 5 center in the
That
league.
paint is all his.
Yeah, and
sure.
but then we can't forget about the emergence of players like Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
who would have
Jalen
thought?
Brunson.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson
40
playing
dropping
himself
40.
he
into a
going
big
crazy.
deal. He finna get a big deal next year. Somebody
Jalen
gonna pay
Brunson,
him.
yeah, Jalen
might-
Brunson.
they
Might have
Yeah,
Indiana
keep him.
Pacers looking at him like they want to offer him a big contract. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they
We
working
got-
on it already.
Yeah.
he
They say they interested.
He was
in
like, "Where
reports
you
saying they
want it? I'm gonna
interested.
put the 40 piece right here." Okay.
Yeah, while Luka was gone round 1, Jalen was holding it
Yeah,
down for them
yeah.
guys. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Oh, matter of fact, round 1. How y'all feel about Joker?
Oh well, I'm glad
He
you
did
asked
all
that.
he could do.
I'm glad you asked that, Trevor. The
did
next
all he
question
could
we had in mind, since we're on the topic of basketball, man, guys, you know we've been around. We watched a lot of basketball. We've seen a lot of MVPs come and go. This year, the MVP race was really centered around 3 main stars. Right? We're gonna say that was Giannis Antetokounmpo. At one point in time, it was Kevin Durant. At one point. And Joel Embiid was at least right there, who won his scoring title. Shout out to Joel Embiid. Sorry about your orbital fracture.
They was talking about Ja and
and
DeRozan for a little while was getting
was getting some
buzz. Like early on in the season, he was going crazy.
He was
hitting game winners every other night or something.
Yeah, he was hitting a lot of game winners
for a little while.
But from the beginning of the season, and really since last season when they were playing, my man Jokic, Nikola Jokic from Serbia and Montenegro. Okay, you know what Montenegro is?
Shout out for you knowing that.
That's code for the Black Mountain. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So
been doing your research.
so Nikola Jokic from Serbia and Montenegro has been balling since last season, and has been a triple double machine. And I think a lot of people last year was going, oh, it's a fluke. Oh, Jamal Murray. Oh, Michael Porter Jr. Oh, look who he got the pass to. That's why he's got his assists up. But in my opinion, to play with the cast of players he played with this season, no Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter Jr., several injuries all across the board. Jokic in and out of the game, and in a season, in seasons in which load management is the key word.
Right.
You know, let's manage this load. Hold this load. Jokic said, "Put this load on my back." Pause. All right, and I really, to me, this is my opinion. You know, Embiid does, and Embiid does have the scoring title, but my MVP is Nikola Jokic. Joseph, tell us what you think.
Hey, yeah, that's definitely my MVP pick as well. He's the only guy in NBA history to have over 2,000 points, over 1,000 rebounds, and over 500 assists in one singular regular season.
Now, not to cut you off, Joe, but wouldn't you think
That's
somebody like
crazy.
David Robinson would have some stats like that or something?
Yeah, but not the passing. You know what I'm saying? Dave Robinson could have like the points and the rebounds, but that what separates Joker from all those other big guys is this guy is an elite passer.
An elite.
Yeah.
Like you be seeing some of the highlight passes he be making, like no
Crazy.
look, bounce passes across the court.
bringing the
like,
ball up the
vision
court.
is crazy. Like
Full court stuff.
he got everything in his bag, and then not having MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. and not having Jamal Murray. Shout out Jamal Murray. Get well soon, but you get on my nerves, bro. 2 straight postseasons you ain't played, bro.
Yeah,
he needs you in there. Like Joker needs some help. You know what I'm saying? So not to have his dogs when he need them in the clutch, took Warriors to 6 in the Western Conference, which was stacked. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my MVP pick. But shout out to Embiid too, because he's doing some special things. But I give it to Joker just off of that 2,000, 1,500 stat, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he won it last year. Giannis, the last person to win it back to back. Usually, when they give it to somebody who won it back to back, you gotta improve your stats across the board. And I feel like Joker has done that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now that y'all say that, you know, I really want Ja Morant to win it, but I know how the NBA go. So I give it to the Joker too, man. Now that y'all said what y'all said about the stats and what he had to deal with, you know, he didn't have all his star players around him.
Yeah, no.
That's what the MVP is about, you know, most valuable player.
Yeah, you know, we from South Carolina. I definitely felt like Ja Morant should have been a finalist. You know what I'm saying? I think the games he missed kind of took it away. And then the fact that his team had such a successful record without him there, I think it was like 22 or something.
Right.
Without him, I think that kind of hurt him with the votes or whatever. But definitely Ja Morant's going to win the MVP in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, now let's not get it twisted though, you guys. Ja Morant did win Most Improved.
Yeah, he did.
But he felt so compelled about his position on the team, he gave his award to Justin Banks. But nonetheless, you know, what I would consider a comparison right now, and I know somebody gonna hear me and say, "Man, he tripping, dog. That don't make no sense." But I'm comparing this year's Denver team to that 2007, that 2005, 2004 Philly Sixers team, where it was kind of like AI and them. You feel me?
Yeah.
It was kind of like Jokic and the boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we know who they are.
They
Who was
were
the second best player on that team? Like Aaron Gordon?
Maybe Aaron Gordon
And
or Jeff Green.
Hit or miss.
I gotta talk about this too, Jay. Now that you look up, you know what I gotta talk about before we get to it. You know who's the most improved on that team?
Who?
My man Boogie Cousins, man.
Hey, Boogie was playing some good ball. Especially in the playoffs.
Shout out to Boogie Cousins, man. I was a huge Boogie Cousins fan. I had a headband back in the day when I would ball, and I would put it right above my eyebrow like Boogie Cousins because that was my dog. Guess what, Jay? Like, if I could tell you a stat, like, how many points do you think Boogie Cousins ever scored in this largest amount in a playoff game? How many points do you think it is?
So when we were talking about it earlier, you asked me, and I didn't know, and I was saying somewhere around maybe the 30s, maybe the 41, but.
Now he scored 40 a couple times. You're right, but not in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs. Right. And that's what the question got tricky to me. I was like, yeah, I'll come back to you on that one.
Okay.
He only ever played in the playoffs this year with Denver, then with New Orleans.
Aha!
When him and Anthony Davis was together.
Exactly.
It's the only 2 times he ever played in the playoffs.
Now, see, the point is, and we actually coming into another.
Oh no, he played with the Lakers too.
We actually going to segue into another point because he was hurt on the Golden State team. He got hurt in the Pelicans team. What's that?
Before that, we're gonna take a little.
Oh yeah, we got something coming up. But next, the point is, the answer to the question was 19 points. Jay, 19 points was this. This is his first time getting 19 points after all this time in the league. I think he got a Golden State ring just for being on the bench. One time, at least once. I know he got to go. He got hurt. He got hurt to get that year with KD.
One of the years they won.
He popped his Achilles to KD.
KD,
he popped his Achilles to KD.
Well, let's hold that thought.
They cut him too.
Let's hold that thought.
All right, we're gonna take a break right now, man. It's your boy K-Whit, Rec Room. Oh man, listen, I was kind of grooving to that just now, Sweat. Shout out to our technical director T Sweat for that music just now. While we took a little quick 60-second break to regather ourselves and put us back on point.
We don't color people time. That was probably like about 3 minutes.
About like it said 60 seconds, but it really like 72.
Tell somebody you right around the corner, you just got in the shower. It's something like that.
Yeah, right. So we just regathered ourselves, man. We were having a great conversation prior to us going on the break about several things NBA playoffs, right? And right now we on the semifinals. It's going down, and some of our favorite teams are in the middle of winning or losing their way to the NBA championship.
Some of my teams ain't even made it.
Right, some of our teams ain't even made it.
Sweat, Lakers fan.
Oh,
Sweat, you're a LeBron fan. But
I'm a LeBron fan.
You're a Lakers fan with me right now.
I feel like a Lakers fan right now.
We gonna get you a
Blow the
segment
whole
called
team
"Tell
up.
Them Why You Mad, Sweat."
Honestly, I'm just mad because I feel like it could have been a little bit better coach. I'm not gonna blame Frank Vogel, but
you blaming Frank Vogel.
I'm not really blaming him. But I think different coaching would have been we would at least made the playoffs. Like,
you can't.
I got a segment for you.
I wish
for you to
LeBron
talk
just would
about
have let us get
that.
DeRozan instead of Westbrook. Who thought this Westbrook thing was gonna work out?
You
And
know,
I
and
love
that's-
Westbrook, just not on my team.
And
yeah.
He did.
I mean,
No, I'm saying I wouldn't.
Guys,
if I could pick DeRozan or Westbrook, I would definitely say DeRozan. But when we got Westbrook, I was like, okay, we can make this work if the coaching right.
You said, "Let's go."
Let's
go.
I was ready.
I feel like Frank Vogel is a scapegoat. Frank Vogel ain't a good coach.
Fellas, I got the perfect segment for y'all, but it's coming up. Okay, it's coming up. Now, what we're gonna do is real quick. We're gonna talk about our predictions for the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals. We know what teams are in there. We're talking about Boston, Milwaukee, right? Right now, going head to head. We got Philly and Miami going head to head. Then on the West Coast, we got the Phoenix Suns, the Dallas Mavericks going 1-on-1, and we got the Grizz and the Warriors, the perennial championship dynasty Warriors. Ooh, and they're scary because Steph Curry ankles is gonna get better as they go forward. What? So like,
All right, let's go first game.
Let's go game. Like we right now, Bucks.
And we all going.
Bucks Celtics. I'm seeing 7 games. 7.
And who
I'm
win?
not trying to be a homer.
What does the Celtic fans say?
Let me be real with you. If Chris Middleton, shout out to Charleston, South Carolina, because that's a Charleston product. Them boy in down the truck, boy. I tell you, you know what I'm saying. Like, to be real, I think that the game it'll go 7 games, and Boston will come out on the back end of a close victory. Close. When I say close, I'm talking about toenail on the edge of the bed close.
Tatum fade away.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Wow.
Jalen Brown on a block that nobody saw coming type. You know,
I got you.
A big game from Al Horford. Something that you can't
Similar
see.
to when we beat the Warriors.
Oh, here you go. Yes, yeah.
Something like that.
Something that
That's
we
what I
can't
pictured just
predict.
now.
Yeah, something that we can't predict. A block from Williams at the last second to stop everything. That's what I
got
think.
you.
And then of course on the other end, I honestly think even if Joel Embiid comes back, that's a hard road to climb playing the Miami Heat, man. I think so. And to be honest with you, I'm seeing that going 6 and Miami taking it.
Okay.
What do you think about the Eastern Conference, Joe?
Oh man, all right. Let's see. I don't think none of those series going to 7. I think it's gonna be some shorter series. Celtics, Bucks. I feel like the Bucks gonna win at 6, maybe even 5. No disrespect to your Celtics, with no disrespect at all. I just feel like Giannis is the best player in the league, hands down. Nobody can do nothing with him. He's a man.
I remember that time I had spent the night with Joe, and I thought we was friends.
Oh, bro.
We was all hanging out. We was all little kids. I thought we was friends.
Like first grade.
Now he's stabbing me in the back right now.
Said that
This was not.
See, you guys, look at you guys.
live on YouTube.
This was not last month.
Yeah, no. We talking about being little kids. I thought Joe was my friend. Now he gonna
We
stab
all
me in the back.
friends,
by
bro.
himself.
For life.
Anyway,
for
This is
life.
my opinion.
This is your
on this.
opinion. I
All right,
respect
boom.
your opinion. Go ahead, Joe.
Giannis the best player in the league. Even though they don't have Chris Middleton, I think that Chris Middleton is one of those stars who points can get made up. I think Connaughton, Grayson Allen, and the combination of Wesley Matthews, I feel like they're going to make those 20 to 22 points up between them. Lopez and Giannis is really locking that paint down. It's going to be tough for Boston.
Very tough.
Bucks in 6. Philly and Miami, that Embiid injury is
Crucial.
pivotal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just changed everything. Even if Embiid was there, I'm picking Miami. I would have think if Embiid was there, it was going to go longer. Miami in 5. Defense is too real.
Wow,
Spoelstra
5?
is, it's over. Like, I mean, Especially if Embiid don't come back, they're gonna D up Harden. You know what I'm saying? They got everything to slow Harden down, and Harden can't beat that team by himself. Even though I like Maxey, even though I like Tobias Harris, it's not enough. Miami in 5, shooters everywhere. Jimmy Neutron, Robinson, he be shooting. Struss, Bruce, whatever his name is, he be shooting. Oladipo came round 1 back in.
That's a
them
good
games,
one.
balling. Jimmy Butler, as long as he can stay healthy, get that knee right, he gonna give you all kind of buckets.
Don't even know where Strus came from.
You know what I'm saying? They just deep. And Spoelstra, I used to hate on Spoelstra. Like, I don't know if he had good of a coach. Spoelstra's a hell of a coach. He the best coach left in the playoffs. They beat them in 5. It'll be a Miami, Milwaukee, Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay. We got Jake. What you got?
All right, so I'm just gonna. I don't care, man. I don't care. I really don't care because mainly, I mean, we got Portland out, so I'm gonna be petty.
Wow.
And I'm just gonna slow this down, and I'm just gonna say I don't want to talk about this.
Y'all, let's talk about Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis for in a package deal for Lillard.
Wow,
your boy.
Wow.
No,
My front office to call yours.
So the Eastern Conference.
I'm gonna go with basically. I think I don't know. I think Philly could pull it off, man. And B comes back.
Right.
I think he can present, a matchup for. Because I don't know if Bam,
Bam gets in there, but it's a different defensive style.
I was watching Embiid, man, in person, and it was like,
That's a big dude.
this dude is at the 3-point line, just like, I'm just gonna shoot it right here. Like, I don't even need to go. It's weird.
He has been pulling up. He has
him
been pulling
and Jokic, but I mean, just as far as my picks, I'm gonna go with Philly,
Right.
and I'm gonna go with Boston.
All right.
I'm gonna say Philly and Boston just to screw it up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go with Western Conference Finals. I think I'm gonna go with Golden State, and Phoenix gonna end up taking that. It's gonna be a good matchup to watch how they pretty much get Devin Booker or pretty much D up on Doc Luka, but Phoenix gonna go do their thing for the most part.
Right. And Sweat, man, as the resident West Coaster yourself, how you feel about the West Coast matchup, or rather, let's talk about the East Coast because you didn't even get a chance to do that yet. How you feel about the matchup between the Sixers and the Heat and Boston and Milwaukee?
Sixers and the Heat, even with if they didn't have the Embiid injury, I still think the Miami Heat got too much firepower for them, too much chemistry. Yeah, so I agree.
Pause.
I agree with Joe. I think it's gonna be in 5. The Sixers are gonna lose in 5, and we got Boston and
Milwaukee.
Boston and Milwaukee. I say Milwaukee in 6.
I think that,
just because Giannis, he different. He different.
At least y'all ain't gentlemen sweeping my team off the board.
I'm with you, man. I told you, boss.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Them two.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I'm not gonna let you go like
Y'all got
that.
home. Y'all played in Boston game one, right?
We lost one more
game.
Okay.
I gave him one more
It's a must
game.
win for y'all right here now.
We gotta do the thing in Milwaukee. All right, so like switching it to the West Coast, okay? West Coast, they say is the best coast, so we're gonna talk about them real quick. So we got Golden State, and for me, Golden State and the Grizzlies, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I really would like to see that go 7 games. I'm talking 7 games, back and forth. Ja Morant. And it being a crucial matchup. You know what I'm saying? Point guard versus point guard. But you can't go against the perennial dynasty of Golden State. They've been out 2 years. The idea is Klay is back, or Klay, you can see the physicality of Klay Thompson returning back. He looked like Jackie Moon. You know what I'm saying? For a little while. That's why they had Will Ferrell come out. And I don't know if y'all saw that too. They had Will Ferrell shooting half court threes.
I seen that.
He was knocking them down. He knocked down like 3 in a row. Will Ferrell knocked down like 3 in a row.
That's crazy.
Anyway, back to the subject. But Klay Thompson is returning back to form. I mean, I see it in his performance. His shooting stroke, for instance. You could kind of see in the beginning that his legs weren't up under him like coming off of screens, you know, because you to be a good shooter, to like they had like a Reggie Miller, you know what I'm saying? Reggie Miller could be all kinds of off balance and come from coming off from screens and shoot. Klay Thompson was a shooter, whereas when he came off the screen, his body would be aligned with the rim, so it would be so much easier. He was a little off kilter for about 10 games. He was hitting now, don't get me wrong, but he was a little bit off kilter. Now in the playoffs, Klay looked like he's prepared. You know what I'm saying? Klay looked way prepared. So I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, Ja, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to T Martin. You know, T Morant looking like Usher and stuff. I'm gonna go Golden State. I'm going to Golden State in 5, really, to be honest. Damn. I'm going to Golden State in 5, man.
You can't shout out South Carolina.
Listen, man.
South Carolina about to get your ass.
Uncle Draymond out there telling them,
County about to get
yeah, you see him. Listen, and I'm gonna tell you what it was. Draymond Green was in there touching them boys and going, "All right, you think you tough? You know, y'all. Everybody seen that line? That boys in the hood with that police officer. You think you tough?" That was Draymond Green the other night. Okay,
right.
And then in the other matchup, man, Phoenix and Dallas, like I think I mentioned it earlier, like this is tough. I'm talking about like the future of the league tough, okay? We talking, you know, Luka Doncic and the point guard, Chris Paul. This is it's almost unfair for it to be a playoff game. Well,
and because that boy Devin too now.
Right, yeah. It's almost unfair for it to be a playoff game because I want to see it not end, but it has to end somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Phoenix in 6. Because I don't think that Dallas has the backup. Now, don't get me wrong, Spencer Dinwiddie is balling. Okay,
that was one of the best trades.
Yeah, who knew? You know,
that hurt. That hurt the Nets too.
Yeah, it hurt the Nets.
If the Nets knew that Harden wanted out, they would have never got rid of Dinwiddie.
Right? Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie is balling. All right, Jalen Brunson is balling. Okay, but I see the depth in Phoenix shine every other game. You know what I'm saying? Cam Jordan, isn't it Cam Jordan? Cam Johnson?
Yeah.
Cam Johnson. Yeah. Man, shout out. I'll be like, yo, who is Buddy out here with this orange fro, man? He is lighting them up right now.
Hill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's out there lighting them up right now. But, but I think the depth of the Phoenix Sun bench, along with the persistence of defense, because that defense is, and Devin Booker coming back. I'm saying Phoenix. I'm saying Phoenix in 6. I don't even think he all the way out there. I think he's telling them boys, look, man, if we can get it through at 6, man, I'm there in the finals, baby. You know it.
Right. I think they knew they needed him against New Orleans, so they brought him back a little bit early. I think he almost there. My picks.
Yeah, hit him with that West Coast prediction.
Dallas, Phoenix. I'm gonna go Phoenix in 6.
Right.
Even though I like what Dallas doing, I don't think they have enough depth. I like Finney Smith and Bullock, but I don't think those guys are gonna give you that extra spark they need to get over the hill against Phoenix. Phoenix a little bit too deep for them. Ayton down low. They have nobody down low to stop Ayton. Mikal Bridges, who was nominated for Defensive Player of the Year. I'm eager to see if they're gonna throw him on Luka and see if he can clamp Luka up a little bit. So I'm interested in seeing how that go down. Cam Johnson, like we was talking about. Chris Paul playing out of his mind. Devin Booker, I think they're a little bit too deep. I think Phoenix in 6. As far as that Golden State and Memphis, that's the one, guys. Like, this is probably going to go down as one of the best series we ever get to witness. You know what I'm saying?
Exciting.
So much entertaining, so exciting. You know what I'm saying? Going bucket for bucket, 2 high-scoring teams. I would love to see Memphis win that series. I think Golden State wins that in 7. Shout out to my light-skinned snipers over there. I just think they too deep. You know what I'm saying? I just think they too deep. Curry, Clay, Poole, Peyton, Draymond Green. Even though the only thing, if Memphis kind of try to slow it down a little bit, maybe, and use their height, because they got a height advantage. Because with Wiseman being hurt, they kind of short. You know what I'm saying? They playing small ball. They got that depth lineup out there. Draymond Green is like 6'8", whatever. He the tallest guy out there. Right. So if Memphis can figure out a way to use their height advantage and make some coaching adjustments, because they got a lot of big guys, Jaren Jackson, Brandon Clark, Tillman. They got a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying? Steven Adams hurt right now, but they might can incorporate him somehow. If they can figure out some way to slow it down just a little bit and bang them guys and get real physical with them, that's the only way I see them trying to win the series. But I'm going to go Golden State in 7.
For sure.
All right. Up next, Jake, you got yours already on the West Coast? Your predictions?
Yeah. Basically, I'm going with Golden State and Golden State and Phoenix. I don't think there's any way Dallas can win this game or this series.
Yeah, I agree. And Sweat.
I say the Dallas and the Suns. I say Suns in 7.
Wow.
I'm gonna put 7 on it.
Wow.
And what's the other one? Golden State and Memphis. I say Golden State in 6, but every game is gonna be like the Grizzlies should have won it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
I think Warriors in 6 though. It's just probably not their time right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's it reminds me very similar to like like when Shaq played Hakeem and it was like it wasn't Shaq's time at the time, and I feel like Ja Morant
they beat the Bulls in the playoffs.
I feel like Ja Morant is watching Steph Curry.
Michael Jordan was playing.
Like, I guess, see Steph, if you watch Steph Curry go around them screens, you don't know how fast Steph Curry go around them screens until you chasing them.
Yeah,
I would assume. And vice versa. You don't know how fast, how explosive Ja Morant is until you see him come around that corner and jump over your center. So I think it's an exchange, and I really want to say that I'm proud of Ja Morant for getting this far.
For sure,
and we will not be disappointed in South Carolina if he loses or when he loses or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We support him. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Rec Room Sports should take a trip to M-Town. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Shout out to Memphis though.
Yeah. Rec Room Sports to M-Town. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Even though it's a Moneybag was there. Yeah, Moneybag and Yo Gotti was on courtside next to TV.
Did y'all? Speaking of things, right? Did y'all see Ja Morant's rookie card?
Yeah, Young Dolphin.
They got Dolphin, Key Glock in it.
That's hard.
Crazy.
They got Dolphin, Key Glock in the picture.
That rookie card.
Shout out M-Town.
Whoever got that,
shout out M-Town.
Make some money in the future.
Yeah. So like, now that we done covered the NBA, the playoffs, the teams that are currently like doing their thing right now. Real quick before we get closer and closer to the climax of the show, but like I'm upset there are certain teams that just they're not doing it for me. You know what I mean? They not. It rumbles.
Hold on 1 second. We got a call, man.
Oh my God! Who we got calling right now? Who's that?
Got a caller?
We got a caller. Caller. What it do? It's your boy YaBoyKWhit, man. T Sweat, Jay on the mic, and Mac Mills. This is RecRoomSports. What's your name? Who you is? Tell us what to go. Oh wait. See, that's why we got the technician, man. T Sweat on the tech.
Bang the line on whoever that is. We'll call you back.
Yeah, we call him back.
Yeah. So like we were saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just some teams, they just grinds my gears to see them. And I'm like, oh, they could be better. You know what I'm saying? And some teams either need to build or blow it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's for everybody. So we're gonna go through around the table. I got a couple teams in mind, and I'm disappointed. And you know what? Matter of fact, Jay, I didn't even bring this up when we was doing the pregame. My father, shout out to my father, is a diehard Knicks fan.
Hey, love the Knicks.
Love the Knicks. I never understood why I had a Patrick Ewing poster on my wall. I was never going to be 7 foot, but my dad had it on my wall. Okay, and he's a diehard Knicks fan. So in my mind, he's stupid. I heard you too. I heard you. All right. So in my mind, do the Knicks need to build or blow it up? In my opinion, right now, this is a blow it up moment for the Knicks, man.
You trying to say Jesus Christ?
I'm saying
they got a lot of people.
This is a build. Yo, Sweat, drop one of the clues bomb for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Drop one of the clues bomb for the Knicks, Sweat. Hit. There we go. Yeah. We need to right now. The Knicks need to get blown up. So, for instance, my original team, the one I got written down, right, were the Utah Jazz. Hit the button for the Jazz. Okay. The Utah Jazz need to be blown TF up, okay? I'm telling you.
Free Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, free my boy Donovan Mitchell. Now,
give him some and
now,
the LA Lakers.
Now, see, this is a segue. Y'all know what a segue is? Okay, shout out to Steve Mo. Steve Mo know what a segue is. You see how I mentioned the Knicks? You want to know why I mentioned the Knicks? Because the Knicks front office was at Game 4 or 5 of the Utah Jazz game, and they had pens and papers. They was taking notes. They wasn't even sitting next to their wives. They was real serious.
So they're trying to get Mitchell.
I don't know. But
that's the only person you looking at. You looking at Rudy. Rudy stay in Utah.
Yeah, man. I'm about to say, shoot, we can send him back to France for all I can.
You know what I'm saying? He a baller now, but he just not,
Okay, let's ask Charles Barkley what Rudy Gobert's offensive skill set is. Charles Barkley will disrespect Rudy. Yeah. Young Charles Barkley would disrespect Rudy Gobert right now.
Only reason I'm mad at Rudy because he the player that started that coronavirus. And
he thought it was a joke. He thought it was a joke.
Shut the whole league down.
He started touching everybody's microphone and stuff. Wrong with you, Frenchie? Come on, Frenchie. But in essence, on a serious note, it's been 3 years that Utah has came to the playoffs smoking. At one point, the year before last, they were in the top 5 of the Western Conference.
They're a good team. They're a good regular season team.
Right. But then they get exited in the playoffs every year. Bojan Bogdanović. Come on.
That wide open three.
Yeah,
that was tough.
Yeah, he was crucial.
That was tough.
He was crucial all season long. He's a big guy. He's a defender. He's a shooter. He's a what you would call like a 5-tool player. He can shoot, pass, dribble. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's other 2 things, but rebound and all that kind of stuff. But but the point is he got all the tools, but the whole team can't put it together. And I honestly feel bad for a really cool, calm and collected guy like Mike Conley.
I don't feel bad for him because he the one who traveled in Game 6, and that reason they lost the series. Mike Conley.
Yeah. I feel bad for Mike Conley because every time you see Mike Conley, he's smiling. He still look like a little kid with a headband on. He still do. But I think this is the year right here that Utah makes the decision and blows it up. Drop one of the clues bombs for blowing it up. And we figure out a way.
Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks would be y'all got a bunch of pieces in New York. It'll make sense because y'all can.
We not giving up RJ
compensate
Barrett.
them. He gotta go. Who y'all gonna trade?
Julius Randle can go.
They gonna be like, look, we already got a big man in Rudy. We don't need another big man. Y'all gonna have to give up RJ to get Donovan. You got to give up to get something. Now Donovan and RJ
I do not concur.
Together is crazy. But Utah not about to make that trade unless they get a young star back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all you got to give to get.
Listen, okay. And once again, I'm speaking from the perspective. I'm putting my GM hat on like my dad would.
You ain't got no hat on.
Yeah, I know. I'm sweating. But right now,
y'all got Kemba, right? Y'all might could get away with Kemba and Randall.
The idea is we got assets on the bench and like crazy players in the D League in New York, right? But the idea is Julius Randle has already stated he did not understand why he doesn't want his son in that environment because they were playing well but booing him and his son was crying every game. Okay, he was affected by that. So the next game he went out there, he can't even play right. That's my little boy. He's only 3. Why are you booing me? Why are you booing my daddy? You know what I'm saying? He couldn't understand that. So I think somewhere in the offseason, Julius Randle's gonna force his way out and possibly get packaged for somebody like Donovan Mitchell, and which we will blow it up. Hit one of the clues bombs for goddamn.
This is my thing with Utah. That's a franchise that's not about to get a lot of free agents coming there because it's Utah who want to live there. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to draft.
Are you willing to call Malone, brother?
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to draft stars. They drafted Donovan Mitchell. So if they were to trade, if Donovan Mitchell basically got to come to the front office and say, I want out. And then they might grant him his out, but they're going to get a great package in return for that guy because they know they're not going to get another.
It's going to be a pick or 2. See, like, okay, and this is something that was posed on another podcast that I watched, but we ain't going to represent nobody else's podcast but the Rec Room today. The idea is, I think it would be a 2 or 3. Well, it had to be 2 teams though, but I think it would be like a multi-team deal, whereas the assets get shifted in Utah's favor and probably split with another team. So it'd be like something like like the Hawks and New York and Utah, rotating players, rotating picks, multiple picks getting swapped out, several G League players, and then of course Donovan Mitchell to a big market team like the New York Knicks, along with RJ Barrett, and then we gonna send Julius Randle to the dark side, and Julius Randle can go kick it with Karl Malone.
Hey, Jeannie Buss, you listening? Get Russ up out of there for Donovan.
Joe, you want to blow it up? Joe, you want to blow it up?
That's who I want to blow up. Blow up everybody. We keep LeBron. We keep Malik Monk. And Melo was balling down the stretch.
even Anthony Davis can go. Okay, let's call
Yeah.
Portland.
Wow.
Damian Lillard, I know he.
man.
Hey, look,
That's for nothing.
You got Portland's gym across from you.
Damian Lillard is
Call
loyal.
block.
He's loyal to Portland.
Everybody.
It's time for you to be a winner, Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying? We can package Russ and Anthony Davis together and trade for Lillard. I would love that. We get them contracts off the books. We got Lillard and LeBron, and we got money for another star. Let's do that. Or let's call Utah and get Donovan Mitchell.
He had his
Anthony Davis stay hurt, bro. He got us a championship. I respect your game, AD. AD, you too fragile for me, bro. You got to go, and Russ, you was a great player, but you got to play on a team that could be your team, and that don't think they're going to do too much, championship-wise. So you can go to Utah, be the man, you and Rudy, and you can win, get some triple-doubles again. Average a triple-double. Don't make the playoffs or barely make the playoffs, get put out first round, but you got to go, bro. I respect you, Brody, but you got to get out of here. AD, you got to go too. You too fragile. Package them for Lillard, package them for Mitchell. Those we need a star. Those the two stars right now that's gonna be probably available.
I'm gonna throw this tidbit at you, Joe. I'm gonna throw it at you because I know that you feel this with your heart. You feel this with your heart. Russell Westbrook has deleted all Laker paraphernalia and pictures from his Instagram.
Yeah. He know we want
Word
to
on the
move on
street.
for him. He know we want to move on for him. You know what I'm saying? And I think he don't want to be in LA no more neither. Because like you were saying with Julius Randle kid crying, like they was really booing. They was talking trash about Russ family and all that. You know what I'm saying? They talking trash about Russ. You know what I'm saying? So he tired of the ordeal. He tired of the situation as well. It's just that $40 million contract. He gonna opt into that contract because he know he probably not gonna get another big deal.
He never is gonna get another deal like that.
What team
again.
is taking that number? You know what I'm saying? So that's why we gotta put AD
Big
in the
Three
trade
is hiring.
to make it go. We gotta put AD in the trade
Ice
to make
Cube.
it go.
Sorry.
Nah, Russ still a baller. Don't get me.
No,
Russ still
listen.
can play basketball at a high level. Russ game is not conducive
with the Lakers.
making it to a championship and winning a championship. It's just
for
not.
the people on the court.
But he's still entertaining, dog. Russ is still entertaining.
Yeah.
Listen, and this
You just when you come play with LeBron, your numbers going down. Everybody numbers whoever came to play with LeBron, your numbers going down.
That's fact.
Russ numbers gonna go down. You can't dominate the ball because LeBron gonna dominate the ball.
and this is my opinion, and I'm not jumping into your Laker take because I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
He got to go somewhere, but I see Russell Westbrook doing something like taking his talents to somewhere obscure like Orlando.
Yeah. I'm
but balling in Orlando, but
he
balling
can
out
ball in Orlando.
In
And I was
Orlando.
thinking about something like that too but the Lakers will have to get back in return just a bunch of draft picks and young talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's exactly.
And I don't want that. I want to start. We need a
point guard,
stars, bro.
Man, y'all get Mo
Look how
Bamba.
deep the West is.
Get Mo Bamba.
The West is deep, bro. The West
Need
is
a point
deep.
guard.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Zion come back healthy, New Orleans gonna be contending a little bit. They're gonna be better.
Mm-hmm.
Utah making the playoffs. Dallas good. Dallas only gonna get better. Phoenix is deep. Golden State. Like you got to win 45, 50 plus games just to make the Western Conference, just to make the playoffs in the West, especially next year. You know what I'm saying? So we need star power. We can't do it with the young guys. LeBron traded the young. We had the young guys there. LeBron wanted them gone. They out.
They out.
You know what I'm saying? All the young guys that we got
they
traded,
are shining.
balling.
They are shining.
Yeah.
Balling.
But
Ingram balling.
I really think they
James
did it.
Caldwell Pope.
Randall was balling.
I
Most
really
improved
think they
player
did
last year.
it because the AD thing was in the air, so that was the only way they could get AD. That's only because the Pelicans was holding back for a minute now.
Yeah.
And then
They were just playing hardball though.
Yeah.
But they know AD
Yeah.
want to get out there. Now we got a championship up out of it, so I can't get mad at it.
Right.
That's
But
Bubble.
if we would have kept that young team with LeBron, look how deep we would have just
Would've been
been.
dope.
I mean,
Could've been
the
dope.
idea is, and listen, and I think I was.
we didn't know he
mentioning-
was street clothes at the time.
I was mentioning.
That's true, too.
I was
We know he
mentioning-
wore some street clothes.
him.
But we didn't know he wanted to wear them that much.
AD and Ben Simmons battling in the street clothes all day. But this is what I mentioned to Jay earlier. Was more so that another team that we not blowing up. We gonna build. What's the build button? Hit the build button. Okay. We gonna build on the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Caruso played with LeBron. He took them work habits
We miss
to
him too.
Chicago. You know what I'm
We miss him
saying?
too.
Lonzo Ball. What? And first, real quick.
It
I
reminds me of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
want to
Hey,
give a
real
shout
talk.
out. Hey,
Real
what?
talk.
Yeah, right.
Because all we had to do was sign Caruso back,
Right.
and get DeRozan instead of Russell Westbrook, and we'd have been straight.
Oh, that would've been-
Would've been
ooh.
straight. We had a team.
I want to keep
Would've been in the
Caldwell
playoffs.
too. Caldwell was
Caldwell.
dope.
We played some defense. He had one too much. See, we had one that
We
championship.
turned it
and we
into
couldn't
the
pay
Lakers
everybody.
conversation
We just
over
couldn't
here.
pay everybody. We're gonna get back Back to the Bulls though, bro.
Yeah, but no. I
My
was clowning.
bad.
I was clowning. I know the Lakers. You know, we got to talk about the Lakers in here. But the idea is real quick. I wanted to just kick a quick shout out. I want to give a shout out to father of the decade, LeVar Ball. Okay. Who predicted that his 3 sons was going to be in the league. I don't care what nobody say. He got all 3 of them in there. Okay? He got them in there.
Jello was in there for like 3 days.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That wins.
But he Jello balling though.
Yeah, Jello, he said Jello's the shooter. My other son is the ball handler, and Lonzo's the defense. And so it worked. But anyway, back to the point. The point was the Chicago experiment seemed to work while they were healthy.
Yeah, they just got hurt.
Okay. And just like we were saying, the people that left from LA, I think they took really, really good habits from playing with LeBron, and they expanded on them. You know, Caldwell Pope and what's my man Kuzma is in Washington going off. But you know that Bill Porzingis thing. I think it's gonna take. I think next year that's a build team. Washington, I think, is a build team, not a blow up team. Yeah, Washington is a build team.
Lakers front office, Go get Bradley Beal.
You know what I'm saying? They go another one.
That's the third one. That's probably.
Yeah, we got
I think Washington
Bill
is
Mitchell,
a build team.
Lillard.
Okay, so Chicago is a build team. You know what I'm saying? We ain't blowing them up. They really look good. Like Joe mentioned earlier, DeRozan was an MVP candidate towards the earlier quarter of the season. He was hitting game winners every other night. You know, now the thing is, you don't want to be the one hitting the game winners. But if you gotta hit a game winner, you want to hit it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be the team. Don't be too close for me to have to shoot a game winner. But it was working, and this is why they got into the playoffs. You know, like I said, and then also another build team. Listen, and we're gonna keep it positive, and we're gonna keep it Carolina, guys. We're gonna talk about the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned, shout out to LeVar Ball, who said, "I married my wife so I can make athlete children."
She was tall. His wife tall too.
Yeah, his wife is tall, and she's a volleyball player, so he knew he was gonna make some tall children. You know what I'm saying? You know, Melo Ball, Lil Melo, because we're not gonna call him Melo because we got to give respect to the original Melo. You know what I'm saying? LaMelo Ball put on a show in his second season, coming off an injury, and showed us that he's just a little bit more versatile than we gave him credit for coming out into the draft. You know, and what I wanted to add on to that was, you know, the young man had been playing overseas with grown behind men for like 4 years. You know what I'm saying? He was 16, 17 when his daddy made up a league magically. Poof. It's a basketball league, and my son is in it.
They made him
making moves.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, my daddy made, can't nobody else say that. My daddy made a basketball league for me and my brother to go in, and guess what my brother did? Steal something stupid. But anyway, you know, it paid off in the end because, you know, afterwards, LaMelo went to play in Australia. LaMelo was averaging double-doubles in Australia. The Australian league, along with, I think, the German one, is like one of the top 2 or 3 leagues in the world where they exchange players on the rapid. You know what I'm saying? So when he was playing in Australia, that was a proving ground. He'd already proved himself. He was 17, you know, beating up on old men. Then he went out there. Like, Charlotte has a lot to look forward to. A lot to look forward to.
They got a lot of young talent. They got Bridges.
Oh, my
along
God.
with Melo, he dunking everything. They call them boys Airbnb.
Right.
When they throwing them alleys,
That's so hard.
they live Gordon Hayward.
Gordon
They used to play for your
Hayward,
Celtics.
yeah, right.
He'll give you 20 a game. So they got some pieces. You know what I'm saying? They got some pieces, and the announcer is one of the best announcers.
Oh my God! Do you,
when they be
do you
doing
hear
them
him?
dunks,
Yeah, right. Yeah, he be
entertaining.
wilding out.
I like
him. My man be wilding out, and then you can't even get mad.
They got Terry Rozier too.
Terry, yeah, about to say
Another Boston
another
Celtics.
Boston Celtics. Scary Terry.
They
You know
got
what I'm saying?
They got some guys. They just got to get a big. They got to get a real big.
What's my man name?
Buddy from Kentucky that had that baby with Brittany.
No. The
PJ Washington.
The white guy. PJ Washington is there. What's the white guy's name?
Start with a K.
I can't
But
think
I
of his
can't
name.
remember.
But he
Kaminsky,
all right
something
though.
like
Kaminsky.
Yeah, Kaminsky.
We talking about Frank the
Frank,
Tank. Frank the Tank is on the bench right now. But you know they got players, and then let's just be real. Michael Jordan is their boss.
Yeah.
I can't even.
They just need another good draft pick.
know.
But back to the Bulls real quick.
Yeah.
Lonzo got hurt.
Yeah.
Lonzo and Caruso running that point together. Definitely good, big. Zach LaVine paired with the DeRozan, giving you buckets from that shooting guard position. That's pretty good. And then they traded Orlando for that center
Vucevic. Balling. He was balling. You know what I'm saying? So they got a good team. Chicago going to be good. They just got hurt. Lonzo got hurt. Caruso got hurt. Right. So they didn't have that backcourt play that they needed in the playoffs. You need that backcourt play in the playoffs. And then Levine got hurt towards the end, too, and didn't play. I think he had
Levine played 2
He played that last game. So
they're going to be good. Corona protocol.
Yeah, they're going to be good. They're going to be good next year.
And referring to my partner over here, one of our, historians of Atlanta culture and sports like that, Jay, basketball wise, man, the Atlanta Hawks have looked pretty good.
Blow it up. Blow it up. Blow it up.
Never mind.
Yo, blow it up. That's seriously though. It's a problem. We got a problem, man. Trey just needs another scorer. Man. He needs a second. He needs another scorer beside him. What he has is not happening. I'm sorry to.
It looks all right though. Like you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like that Phoenix team with Amari Stoudemire, but they don't really got Amari Stoudemire.
Collins been hurt. John Collins, he been kind of hurt.
John Collins and Capella.
Because last year he was balling hard, dunking on everybody.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Capella get hurt every year too.
But I didn't like that Capella. I think they shouldn't pick up Capella just because he.
It was that Rockets contract. It was that Rockets contract
available at the time.
That Rockets contract. That Rockets contract had him.
Yeah, we bought him out. Yeah, we bought out the contract. That's how we ended up getting him.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Bulls, Zach LaVine is a free agent coming up. So, you know what I'm saying? You're saying Atlanta Hawks need a second scorer. Zach LaVine will be that guy. I might need to throw that bag at him.
Well, you know what I'm saying? About to say you want to send Zach LaVine to LA, the West Coast. You know, he's UCLA.
I don't want him on my. I don't want to pay him that money.
You don't want to pay him.
I want a Zach LaVine is a supporting cast star. I want a legit.
We need
star.
Point guard. PG.
I don't know, dog.
PG. We need a PG.
He's not a superstar. I want like a Lillard. It's Los Angeles. It's Lakers. We get superstars. I want Lillard, bro. I'm sorry.
Jay said, "Stop coming for my dog like that, yo."
Hey, he told LeBron, man. They put a billboard up in Portland, and it said, "Come on, LeBron, you can come, but you have to be the third option." And that's when we had.
That's when we had, and that's why he's by himself.
LeBron is not even gonna be. He's not gonna be the burger or the fries. He's gonna be the side piece.
We're gonna get.
This is a bold prediction. Lillard will get traded. I think just because they traded away McCollum. I don't
think Jay Sheen can agree with such things right now.
They shouldn't have traded
McCollum. McCollum saw that
for what they traded him for.
McCollum saw that billboard. That's why he left. Like, y'all stupid, man.
Listen, in my mind, the idea is either way, going either way with either one of the moves. It's not even about who they're gonna get to score, it's who they're gonna get on the bench, because them benches go like this on both of them teams. They only going 6 or 7 deep. The idea is the better teams in the league can put out at least 9 people. Look at the Miami Heat, for instance. That rotation of the Miami Heat, they brought that guy in, Strus, out of nowhere. He is now a 6th man of the playoffs candidate. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the depth of your bench will matter, and for what, like the Atlanta Hawks, we talking Gallinari. Shout out to Gallinari.
You know what the Atlanta Hawks remind me of? Other Atlanta Hawks that was doing pretty good.
Wow,
that's what they remind me.
The one last year, yeah.
No, not last year, but like kind of like
when they had like 4 All-Stars.
Oh yeah, right.
What's the dude that was shooting threes?
Schroeder. Yeah, Schroeder.
Hey, idiot. Hey, I don't care about the Hawks as much as I care about my Blazers.
Okay.
I love watching them. Trey is the man. Trey Young.
Right.
We need it.
I'm about to say, yeah, Jay.
We
you
need
know
to
what?
talk about.
Matter of fact, Jay, shout out to Jay Sheen, our resident sports analyst from Atlanta. Tell us about a sport that we're going to cover and get more into as time goes on. The Atlanta Braves just took home the 2021.
Yes, we did, man.
MLB.
It was beautiful.
It felt so good.
Championship baseball. We covering baseball.
It was beautiful, man.
It felt so good, man.
Seriously, I tried to get the. I think it was game 6, I believe. I forgot which game it was, but.
Now did you do like most people say, like, and did you take like the entire day off and just be like, yo, I'm lamping at the Brave Stadium?
Nah, actually, I went to work that day. I think I went to work that day, but yeah, I can't. Yeah, I went to work. Let's just put it
yeah. You was there.
I was there.
Right.
I was there. But I don't know, man. I don't think we're not doing too good right now.
Okay.
We're not here. We got rid of a couple people, man. I think we should have.
Y'all sent your mans to L.A.
Who? Man, look,
I saw that.
Hey,
You know,
look.
man, listen. I'm about to talk
just
to
like the
Don't
Jacksonville
worry.
Jaguars.
Next
That was crazy.
next
Should've
episode,
paid
I'm gonna
him.
call my man Buster Olney. Me and him are gonna have a conversation. Shout out to Buster Olney. We're gonna have a conversation about a lot of baseball. You see how I get the knowledge going. I'm gonna get my baseball knowledge ready for you guys.
I miss you, Freddie. Just want to put that out there, man.
Real quick,
You
real
can hit
quick
me,
though.
Freddie. I miss you, man.
Real quick though, it ain't got to be off of stats and who good right now. Who would y'all want to win the World Series? Obviously, we Braves.
I'm a
I
Braves
don't
fan
know.
too. I'm
Okay,
a
we
casual
good.
Braves fan, but I'm a Braves fan too.
Do I have
For
to?
sure.
Do I have to tell you guys?
Say
who I
the
like to
Yankees?
win?
Yeah, we need to know that.
Say the Yankees.
Do I have to tell you guys that I like for the Yankees to win? To be
Hey,
real,
yeah,
to be
I
Aaron
real
see
with
Judge,
you.
y'all better give Aaron Judge that
Yeah,
bag.
I see your hat in the trash right now.
Yeah, your hat's in the trash. Exactly.
You're not a real Yankee fan unless you had your hat for a long time.
I ain't gonna
okay?
lie, you really get hit.
Right.
Yeah, with that hat, you really get
Y'all better pay Aaron Judge. That's all I'm gonna say. Man.
Listen, the thing is, do you have you ever seen like the lineup and then how much we pay for right now? And I know this because I watch a lot of sports. And I watch a lot of dialogue on everything. Like I'm one of them cats that my people around me get mad at me for just leaving the TV on ESPN. So right now the Yankees are on a 9-game win streak and they're going for 10 tonight. I should look it up before we get off TV.
That's dope.
So shout out to the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the lineup actually is conclusive as far as who's going to start in the pitching rotation is what I know is what the issue is with the Yankees. And it's always pitching. And if you start learning more and more about baseball, hitters, who you going to play like second, first, third, your pitching staff has to be like out the wall. And one day we will cover more and more of baseball here at RecRoomSports. I ain't gonna lie, you know what we're gonna bring up one of these days? The Stanley Cup is going on too shortly too.
Yeah, we gotta put that
We gotta
NHL
talk
in
about
there,
boxing
too.
more too. We gotta incorporate some boxing in there because it's a lot.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Errol
boxing
Spence.
going on.
Errol Spence, shout out to Errol Spence. Okay. And I'm a UFC guy. Jay, you a UFC guy?
I love it, man. I just want John Jones. Come on back, man.
Listen, man. John Jones says I'm not coming back unless the bag is full.
Bro, I swear, I really believe. How old is John Jones right now? If John Jones
Like
came
36,
back at like
36?
He the best pound
45,
for pound.
I think he came back at 45. Like he could still hit the perfect kick.
I mean,
It'll
yo,
put somebody out.
the thing is,
real.
I follow John Jones. Shout out
John
to John
Jones.
Shout out to Johnny Bones Jones.
John
Hey.
Jones.
I
Keep your hands off that young
follow
lady,
him on Instagram. It's not like he's not working out constantly, but like it's weird
Keep getting in
because
trouble.
that ring rust. Oh yeah, we ain't gonna talk about drug abuse and domestic violence. We're not
Keep
gonna talk
getting in
about that on this show
trouble,
right
bro.
now.
Stop doing some dumb
And guns.
shit,
But
bro.
and guns.
Don't forget the
and Don't
guns.
forget the guns. Yeah, and
Right.
guns.
Just go in there, beat buddies up, go home, and
they-
live a nice, happy life.
Everybody
That pressure.
knows as far as combat sports go,
Just throw it to the hump.
ring rust is real.
Speaking of drugs,
Wow. Hey, wait a minute. What is that?
All right. So
What is that,
We
Jay?
about to wrap everything up, man. And the crazy thing about today's
what's that
was
about?
that about?
What's that about, Jay?
What's that about?
This is what you would call like, I don't know, man, like the best night ever mixed with.
Wow.
I mean,
This
just
looks very-
filling out your responsibilities.
very
Like,
snowfallish.
He got the job done. Okay, he got the job done. Let's just say it like that. He got the job done. Okay, Mr. Doc Ellis right here. Now, Doc Ellis, man, was a Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher, basically who had a no hitter back in the 70s.
Can I ask you a question, Jay?
Uh-huh.
Does this Doc Ellis involve LSD? Is this the one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is the Doc Ellis. Everybody watching, tuning in. If you could go on the Facebook page, I just posted it. A nice description, and it's actually him narrating a video of his day.
Wow.
2 lost a day, so 2 days, 2.5 days.
They were
or
put
so.
together, boy. Listen.
Yeah, well, he actually lost track of a day. Basically, he woke up. He
Game
lost
day.
a day. He woke up game day, and he had to hop a flight. And I mean, it was the weirdest no hitter you ever saw. Like he walked like 8 batters. I think he hit like 4 or 5 dudes. I'm talking about.
But they wasn't
Brown.
hitting though. They wasn't hitting the ball though.
No hitter. No hitter.
That's technically
Y'all
right.
check that out though, man. It's on the Facebook page, Rec Room Sports Facebook page, and it's the Doc Ellis LSD No.
I wanted to say, like, if anybody knows anything about doing, psychedelics,
We don't know about that.
yeah. Okay, well, hey man, I'm a grown man. I've tried a lot of things, but if you've ever tried psychedelics, this is a face that they tell you not to look in the mirror while doing the drug, because you will your face will tell you have done too much, but you will be thinking in your mind, how am I talking to me in this mirror?
And you know
That's exactly what that face is.
And before
You see that?
and before we shut down, he actually took more drugs after he got to the stadium to keep him going.
Wow.
That
might be what that is. You see his
if-
nose curl.
He should go in the Hall of Fame for that, don't you think?
Was that the
No.
Was that the day he did it?
He walking over to
Man,
get his what
listen.
they call it, devil cells or whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He went to sleep like that 2 days ago.
Oh man, he has a couple other pictures in on like you see on Google like that. Yeah, he's curled up, man. I wonder what he looks like. He probably hung out with like
That's real 80s like though, you know what I'm saying? Real, it looked real West Coasting, like how the
Uncle Doc.
Yeah, DOC,
D Worm from Friday.
Right, it's real West Coast
Yeah.
right there. So shout out to Doc Holliday, man. Hey, fellas, man, I think we did a great job today.
Yeah.
This episode was another comprehensive episode of the Rec Room Sports. Shout out to Rec Room Entertainment. Shout out to our co-executive producer, Big Luke Thomas.
Yes, sir.
And these are the homies, man. We got my man T Sweat, also known as T Sweat, better known as T Sweat. We got my man Jay
T-Sweat.
on the mic, and also my man Mac Mills, aka Joey Papers, and your boy Wick, man, your mama's #1 draft pick, man. Once again, we will be back in the building. We had a great time tonight. Show love, subscribe, like, share, follow. F with the Rec Room, man. And we'll be back. We love you. Shout out to all of our people watching too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get them views up, baby.
Yes, sir.
We getting them views up.